Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at another item that you should absolutely have in your get home bag and especially in your bug out bag. Now, you should rotate the clothing in your bug out bag twice a year. During the summer months, you should have summer clothing in there. It just makes no sense to have winter clothing during the winter months. Make sure to take that summer clothing out, put winter clothing in, and among that winter clothing should absolutely be a good pair of warm winter gloves. Now, we're not talking about that. This is something that should be in both of your bags year-round, a good pair of work gloves. There might be a localized emergency, some sort of natural disaster. You're on the road heading home. Maybe you're on the road heading to your bug out location. I don't expect you to put on a pair of work gloves and start tossing trees aside that have fallen down in the middle of the road like you're Hercules or Samson. No one expects that, but there might be smaller debris on the road, tree branches that have snapped off and fallen, maybe other debris, things that you can physically move out of the way, and things that you definitely do not want to touch with your bare hands. So you need to have a good pair of work gloves in your get home bag, in your bug out bag. There is no reason to mess up your hands, cut up your hands, no reason at all. A good pair of work gloves. They're not expensive, they don't take up a lot of space, and they're absolutely necessary. Now we come to a little bit of a touchy subject. Should you get synthetic work gloves or a good pair of leather work gloves like these? These are Firm Grip brand that I got at Home Depot. Now, these are genuine leather cowhide gloves. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not a vegetarian, I'm not a vegan. I do enjoy red meat on occasion, and a lot of folks enjoy red meat, and a lot of folks eat cow. I don't see a reason why, since people are already eating the meat, why the rest of the cow should be tossed away when you can use the hide for making an excellent pair of work gloves. Now, I would change that opinion in a heartbeat because I do love animals. I hate seeing animals needlessly suffering. I'm not a sportsman. I don't see the point of killing an animal if you're not going to actually eat it. I mean, that's just a waste, and personally, I think that's rather cruel. The problem is, besides being rather cruel, the other issue is that they just don't make a good pair of synthetic work gloves. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, this is a pair of Cobalt brand, fully synthetic work gloves. Cobalt is a Lowe's hardware in-store brand. Let me show you the problem with synthetic gloves. This gray portion here and here, everywhere you see gray, this feels like a combination of slightly soft rubber and plastic to me. I don't know if it's completely synthetic rubber. It might be. To me, it feels like a combination of soft plastic and soft synthetic rubber. Now that's the gray portion. The green portion, that's going to be your polyester, both of which have held up extremely well. I've owned this pair of work gloves for at least 2 years, if not longer. So at least 2 years. I've used them maybe once for a few seconds to carry something. The rest of the time, these gloves have lived in the trunk of my car in a plastic bag. I took these gloves out today to make this video, and I ended up getting covered. Well, I didn't end up getting covered in it, but my desk sure as hell did, and all of the green portion on the inside of the glove ended up being covered in small black flakes. I was like, what the hell is this? Then I took a closer look. Now keep in mind, this pair of synthetic gloves, except for maybe being used one time for a few seconds, has spent at least 2 years, if not longer, in a plastic bag in the trunk of my car, not being used. Let me show you what I discovered today when I took these out to do the comparison. Now, the black portion, here, 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 you can see that's flaking off. You know what that's called? What they labeled it on these gloves? Synthetic leather. You know what it feels like? It feels like cheap felt material that has been compacted down to be denser. That's what it feels like. Synthetic leather feels like felt material compacted down to be very dense. And apparently it didn't work. You can see there's a bit here. There's quite a bit here. Check out here and here as well. This stuff is flaking off. Flaking off. Absolutely ridiculous for something that has lived in the trunk of my car for at least 2 years, if not longer, in a plastic bag, used maybe one time for a few seconds. As a matter of fact, when this video is over, I'm taking these gloves and tossing them in the garbage, because I've got them at the desk right now, and yeah, there's still a few flakes. There's still a few flakes. Yeah, there's still a few flakes. Synthetic gloves just do not hold up as well as genuine cowhide leather. Now, just like the synthetics, these cowhide leather gloves are a bit thin, but they're thick enough to get the job done. They're actually a bit thinner than the synthetic gloves in a few spots, but these are holding up great. I wish they made synthetic work gloves that were genuinely as good as cowhide leather. But, I mean, they don't. The synthetic ones are going in the garbage when this video is over. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.